So thirdly, new applications built by third parties. This is also something that we, this is where the thing happened that you couldn't imagine happening before. The Lizzie has like 17 examples now, so we only have a few examples, but this one is very exciting. It's called History, Interactive Historical Video Application. We submitted open images data to a hackathon called Apps for the Netherlands. And so we didn't know these developers, but the developers, they were looking up the interesting data set that was submitted to be used within this context of this competition. And they came up with an application called History. And the easiest way, it's a really dull video they made, but somewhere here. So what happens is using geo-coordinates, you can see which open images videos are near to your location. Then you go to that location, you start the video, and then the challenge is to stop the video at a certain point, and then overlay the historical video screenshot with what it looks like today. And that is what it's shown now. So the challenge is to zoom in, zoom out, and tilt your telephone in a way that it actually matches, connects the here and the now. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. I always have difficulty explaining this. And the cool thing is that you can actually do this from multiple angles over a timeline. So the eventual visualization is an enriched timeline that connects the video then and now. So that's quite exciting. And now, these guys actually won this competition, and we are now in touch with them, and we're going to be partnering with them in making this into a full system. This is just a shout out to an initiative called Open Culture Data, which is a collaboration between several organizations, and it brings together heritage professionals and also coders into disseminating added value of sharing data, but also providing activities like workshops, masterclasses, hackathons, and also data blogs. I have an example. So on the website opencultuurdata.nl you can find descriptions of different data sets. And the nice thing about this collection is that you can also look at the different applications, which makes it quite easy to, if you have to negotiate with your management, okay, why are we doing this? You can say, okay, this is why this is important. These are the examples already out there. So open culture data. So the second topic of my talk concerns the video labeling game Waisda. It's very difficult to translate. It's like, what is that? It doesn't sound as catchy as Waisda. But anyway, the objective of this game is to overcome a problem that faced by audiovisual archives. The fact that it's very time-consuming to make annotations of videos. Because of the fact, one of the reasons is there is so much semantic information in a video, and also it is related to time. The only way that you can overcome this is to either use new technology like speech-to-text or image recognition, or, and this is what we are experimenting with in this project, to ask the crowd to help out in annotating our collection. The second problem that these kind of projects can solve is the semantic gap. The fact that our professional catalogers are using different vocabulary compared to the people that are looking for content. This is also what we established in Scrabble analysis. So the idea is to improve support to find fragments, time-based annotation and use vocabulary using crowdsourcing. So the framework is called Waisda, and it has gone through different iterations. We first started with a project with KRO Broadcasting, with a program called Boezem's Vrouw, for Music's wife. And since a year ago, we started collaborating with non-black schools, a daily program from the NCFA broadcast. For us, it's really crucial to collaborate with broadcasters for a number of reasons. One is that we need to be able to show their content, and another one is also that we need to connect to an already existing community if we want to be successful. So the fact that NCFA came up to us and say, well, we have this very nice 10 years worth of this program, and we really like to collaborate with you on doing this project was also very helpful for us, because then they were primarily responsible to do the PR. So this is a snapshot that I made yesterday. The project is now running for over 5 months, and we managed to generate over 500,000 tags. Just as a fun fact, the number of Dutch words in the Van Dalen dictionary is 240,000, so we managed to capture twice as much words that are in our dictionary. So the way it works is very simple. It's a game, and it uses the ESP game principle. For those who are aware of this, the idea is to go to this website. Then you can select any one of those videos, and this is the game interface. You start typing away what you see or hear, and at the same time somebody else is doing this too, or you are playing against something that's a pre-recorded game. And as you are typing away, if there's an agreement between you and other players, you get points. And you have 10 seconds time window to receive points. You get extra points for location, and you also get extra points if you make up new words. So there are all kind of game logic behind it. So earlier this week we actually had a fan doc. So we had fans of our game coming to Sound Division to start tagging away. We managed to get another 20,000 tags. So if you are looking at those tags closely, so the fact that we have so many tags, we can actually say, okay, only if 3 people actually agree that there's a cow in this scene, we actually approve that it is a cow. So that is one of the metrics that we use to determine quality. So first, the upside. So what we receive is time-based annotation. That is actually one of the incentives for starting this project. Also, we found out that it's actually these are. We also, like I said, in this semantic gap between the professionals and the end users. We see that only 8% of the tags that were submitted to the system were actually in our professional vocabulary, in our thesaurus, but 23% were in a Dutch lexicon. So this is one of the proofs that actually we are, by doing this, we are bridging the semantic gap. So we receive objects. A lot of tags are dealing with objects and persons and locations. Those are the common types of tags. But we don't get much events, and also we don't get scene descriptions, also because of the reason that you have this time 10-second window. So other things, typos, no unique reference, so somebody tags Bernard, but whoever put which Bernard, for instance. No synonyms. So what you end up with is a sort of messy garden. There's lots of tags there, but the way that we, as archivists, like the world to look like is much more polished. So we came up with this concept of tag gardening. So very positive way of getting rid of the noise. And this is what we are now working on. This is work that is now being done. So what we try to do is to do a tag reconciliation, where we are trying to link the tags of end users two tags in our vocabulary. This is a test interface that we are now working with. And the idea is, so the idea is that after an initial game, we enter a second stage, which we call tag gardening, where we ask people to enrich the tag. So, for instance, what we can do is link Bernard to the GTA, the Artosaurus concept, Prins Bernard, for instance. So then you go from a user tag to a tag that is linked to the link open data cloud, because Artosaurus is part of the link open data cloud. Okay, I'm closing now. So I hope that by showing these two examples, I highlighted some of the added value of opening up your data, and also that by collaborating with end users, there's a lot of knowledge and a lot of that there's a lot to gain in setting up these type of collaborations.